Dapen Cauliflower, Hunanese spicy cauliflower. Always a favorite, this originally Hunanese dish can be found in kitchens and restaurants throughout China. It's simple to whip up and a home cooking mainstay. So to start the spicy cauliflower, you need cauliflower. This here is 300 grams of an Asian cultivar of cauliflower called sweet stem cauliflower, and it's absolutely ideal for stir fry if you can get it. The most obvious difference between this and that Western cauliflower is that long stem, which is much more tender. Now, you can use the Western cauliflower here, but we went with the sweet stem. Now let's give that cauliflower an initial fry, adding a good glug of oil here, about a quarter cup, long yao, and just start slowly frying this over a medium-low flame.
So what we're doing here now is called gambian. It's using a little bit of oil and stir fry your veggie on low heat to get the moisture out and then let the flavor to penetrate better in the latter stir frying process.
So this gambian technique is one of a couple ways that a heartier veg like cauliflower, eggplant, or green beans can be passed through oil pre-stir-fried. It's a little time-consuming, so most restaurants nowadays will opt for a quick deep fry instead. But after about 10 minutes, your cauliflower should be blistered and slightly transparent like this, so take it out. For the stir-fry then, we got about 6 de-seeded dried chilies. These are Chaotianjiao heaven-facing chilies, but you could use Mexican arbol or Sichuan argentao, or really whatever you got on hand. We'll also be using 1 sprout of green garlic. This is a young garlic. It's got a great mellow garlickiness to it, but if you can't find this, you could also use Chinese celery or the white part of green onion. Just cut those into 2-inch sections. And because this is Hunanese food, we need some fresh chili for heat. Cut that chili into slices, at an angle if you can. This is fresh argentao, but again, feel free to play around with similar cultivars. A ripe serrano or something should do the trick as well. Now peel 1.5 inches of ginger and cut it into slices. Smash 2 cloves of garlic and set that plate aside. Our seasoning for this stir fry is going to be 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon liaojiu, a.k.a. shaoxing, 1/2 tablespoon sugar and a touch of salt, and a heaping tablespoon of shuidouchi.
So this is 水豆豉. It's fermented soybean, but it's a little bit more moist than the regular black fermented soybean you would get. If it's difficult to find this, you can totally use this one, the ever popular Laogama black soybean chili.
And now that point where we disappoint all the vegetarians out there, slice up 100 grams of pork belly. Now this isn't absolutely imperative or anything, but it's really what dials this dish up from a 6 to a 10. Why? Because we're frying that pork belly on medium-low with a touch of oil and rendering out the fat. That pork fat's going to add a lot of flavor and give this dish that great mouthfeel. Quick aside, we've also played around with that American-style streaky bacon with this step before, which can actually work really well with this dish. But regardless, after about 8 minutes, this is what we're looking at. Roughly 3 tablespoons or so of rendered fat. Now, we stir fry. Keeping that heat on medium-low, add in the garlic and the ginger. Fry for about 1 minute to infuse the oil with the flavor. Now up the heat to high, and add in the dried chilies and those fermented beans. Give it a quick stir for about 15 seconds, then in with the fresh chilies and the green garlic. Give that a quick fry for about 15 seconds, then add in the liaojiu, pouring it over a spatula and around the sides of the wok. Cauliflower goes in, and after a super brief mix, do that same technique, adding in your soy sauce. Mix it, and while tossing, throw in that salt and sugar. Continue to fry for about 15 seconds to let that all come together, then out with the cauliflower. It's just a great way to eat cauliflower. I mean, just look at this. It really is one of the world's great cauliflower dishes.
This is a real simple, tasty stir fry. I hope you give this a try. We're off next week. Sadly, we need to move out this beautiful garden kitchen, but promise, we got a place for you guys with good lightings. Check out the Reddit link in the description box for a detailed recipe and subscribe for more Chinese cooking videos.